My name is Mary Portas. For the past 20 years, I've sold fashion to the nation. What I don't know about shops isn't worth knowing, and my advice has transformed many high street chains, helping them to make millions. Now I'm turning my attention to small independent boutiques who are struggling to survive. I'm making it my mission to save the high street, one shop at a time.
The shop doesn't stand out as a little beacon of fashion.
That's so wrong for this. I think we're going to have to put some out the back so it'll never be seen again.
I'm finding this excruciating.
Isn't this just a little bit like a humiliation too far?
Now, you would never, ever see that in a designer shop.
I'm on my way to the trendy North London borough of Islington to meet Ruth Llewellyn, a designer maker with her own boutique.
When I first started out, I was heavily influenced by fashion, and as I've got into my 40s and had children, I'm more influenced by what flatters the maturing figure, what is going to make you look the best you can.
Ruth and ex-husband Anthony Wilson started their business 20 years ago, selling Ruth's handmade clothes off a stall in Camden Market.
We started as a husband and wife partnership. We're still a partnership as such, but we're no longer together as husband and wife.
Before Ruth and Anthony split, they set up this boutique called Comfort and Joy.
I'm Comfort, he's Joy. So this is Comfort's rail, and Joy has this area.
Since their divorce, Anthony, Joy, developed his own collection, which he buys in from all over the world.
My passion, my interest is much more kind of to do with the stylistic content than any kind of hot fashion content.
Ruth creates her designs in a small workroom hidden behind a curtain at the back of the shop. But when it comes to fashion, the people of Islington are spoilt for choice.
Oh, that looks lovely. Oliver Bonus, another one. And another individual, Noah. They've got a few of those. Diverse little fashion shop. Great home shop there, Aria. There's Whistles. Japanese restaurants, gosh, they don't go starving here, do they?
This is clearly an area where people are happy to part with their hard-earned cash. But sadly, they're not choosing to spend it in comfort and joy. Ruth and Anthony's takings are barely covering their overheads.
On a bad week, I'm ashamed to say I could probably take as little as £350.
Last year, 2,500 small retailers were forced to close down. And with the shop's lease up for renewal in just a few months, Ruth and Anthony are worried they could well be joining them.
If there's some way of earning a better living, then I'm sure we'd both opt for it. But we've both kind of taken this thing so far. It's very difficult. It's a difficult bone to drop now. I
love making clothes. I've always done it. I wouldn't know what else to do. I just find it really frustrating that I can't make a better living at it.
Comfort and Joy is a short ride from Islington's boutique heartland. But what a difference a few hundred yards can make.
Now we're getting into foodland, I'm feeling, because you've got the master butcher, the garden shop, the dry cleaning, and what is that? Stuffed owls and birds in the window. And, oh, we're here. Now, this isn't the right end of town. Actually, in all honesty, looking at this, I feel like I'm looking at a charity shop. It just has that feel.
To get a real clear first impression of the shop, I've made sure that Anthony and Ruth are out on my first visit.
But the first thing that we look at is the windows, and that tells us very quickly what sort of shop it is, what sort of personality it is as a shop. Now, I look at this window, and I feel one that there isn't any sense of a coordination or a fashion statement here. It's not telling me that this is a boutique, a fashion boutique that actually has a designer in it. It just doesn't feel fabulous enough. These are very feminine outfits we're seeing here, and that's quite hard. White and black. Do well for a DIY shop, but not for a fashion boutique. Do you know what? I'm just going to have a mooch around and get a feel for it. Have a look. Is that OK?
Yeah,
just have a shuffle.
The first thing that hits me is this dirty Great Berlin Wall of a unit which divides the shop in two. On one side of the wall is comfort, Ruth's handmade designs. On the other side is joy, Anthony's new winter collection. And that's where I head first.
There's just a mix of everything in here. I don't know... I mean, I've really got some heavy little jacket pieces and some black classic skirts.
Anthony's rails are packed with a jumble of clothes. Every item with different labels, just giving the unfortunate impression he's got the whole lot off the back of a lorry.
What is that? What is that? This is, he's actually got quite a good eye. That is such a piece for this season. That's an absolutely classic, great piece for this season.
There are some gems here, but it would take a determined shopper to find what they want.
Really simple little knit that you can wear with anything. But it's kind of located next to that. Now, that is charity shop. I'm sorry. Cash only. £10 cash. No cheques. Oof. Now, you would never, ever see that in a designer shop.
Over to Ruth's collection.
Now, this is much more together as a range. This is their own label. This is Comfort and Joy. Lycra, 70s Lycra dress, £89. That's a really good price. This is good. This is very Islington, these clothes. Sorry, all the people of Islington, but it just had that kind of feel. I can feel... It's fabulous, very genial. £89, a good price, actually. That's quite fun. This is a fleece. This is fleece. How fab is that?
Ruth's designs have a quirky English feel, but the collection's a bit thin and half of it's last season's stock.
Here we go, nice summer piece. Why is that stuck up the front there? And still full price at £49. That's going to be hard to shift that. But this, what is even more worrying, is that's the first thing I see when I come in. Why has she not put the new collection there? So I've got this funny little random mix of summer pieces with what is a really, really mixed bag of clothes.
With an in-house designer charging such reasonable prices, Comfort and Joy should be an irresistible fashion destination. But there's nothing in this shop to tell the customer that Ruth's original designs are being handmade on the premises. It's time for me to meet Anthony and Ruth to give them my take on their business.
Comfort and joy, right? Comfort and joy. You've chosen those words.
He chose them.
You chose those words.
Yes, I do.
Right, you're going to tell me why.
Well, it's a take off the 70s sex manual, The Joy of Sex by Dr. Comfort.
That's a new one on me.
You don't know The Joy of Sex?
I might do, but I don't know the book. Comfort and Joy. And there was me thinking you'd read a few hymns at Christmas.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought he'd done as well. I only found that out the other day.
It's clear Anthony and Ruth haven't been singing from the same hymn sheet for some time.
Do you still agree on the feel of the designs, the collection that you have in the shop?
I think it's drifting apart.
Why?
I think I've changed quite a lot over the last 5 years, and I think I'm kind of yearning for some different things. It's through no fault of our own, it's just the way things have panned out.
My view when I've had a look around the shop is that I am feeling there is a distinct two different styles that are out there. There doesn't seem to be an overriding feel of this is what Comfort and Joy stands for. This is our business today. Would you agree with me on that?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I think that's very true.
I wouldn't agree so much. I'm not sure if it's as kind of quite as daunting as you're saying it is.
What I think it is lacking is an energy and a joy and a sense of a real point of view together. We know that people can get cheap clothes today. That's a given. So to me, the most important thing is that we have to give a sense of a reason why they're going to come to boutiques. And that, to me, is the biggest goal that I'll be aiming for, is why come to Comfort and Joy? And we need to keep asking ourselves that.
No boutique can appeal to everyone. To be successful, you have to know who your target customers are. Fortunately for Ruth and Anthony, there is a shopping tribe who'd rather die than be seen in the same clothes as anybody else. And they have a favourite shop for every occasion. And if you get into their little black book, they'll never desert you. I call these women the individualists, and looking round Islington, there's no shortage of this tribe.
You were made for me. Everybody tells me so. You were made for me. Don't pretend that you don't know.
It's time I got Anthony and Ruth acquainted with their potential saviours.
Do you shop in the high street regularly, or would you see yourself as boutique shoppers?
Much prefer boutiques. Wherever I am, if I see one, I'll go in. For evening, or for the coat, or for the bag, boutiques, yeah. And it gives shopping a kind of human face. Completely different than anonymous shopping in someone else's huge chain.
What price range for a good day dress would you go to and feel comfortable?
If it was something I know I'd use and use again, and I felt it was unique, up to $250, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, is there a price that you think, you know what, I'm not going to go to that because that's a little bit kind of bad taste to spend that much, you know? Not for you.
Probably not. 500. It's just like, I am not going to spend more than 500 on a dress. It's crazy.
I probably would, actually.
If you are in love with something, it makes you look fantastic, and you'll wear it in, 10, 20 years, then £400 or £500 is incredibly well spent. It's your special dress. You chose it. You don't want to see anyone else in it.
With the money they are willing to spend, these women are Comfort and Joy's perfect customers. But sadly, 3 of the 4 have never even crossed its threshold.
I mean, I've gone in there because it's close to the fish shop, but I would not necessarily have noticed it.
It's quite eclectic, and I'm not quite sure what the story there is, so I'm kind of put off going in. I've never heard of it, and it's exactly the kind of shop I would be really keen on going into, and I wonder why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. You know, as a designer, it's really important that you have a distinct identity that people buy into. It's just no good designing a few little blouses willy-nilly, hoping someone's going to kind of meander by and think, oh, I'll go in there and buy that. You know, you've got to have a signature collection, one with a real point of view that gives talkability to your brand. When I think of a designer like Vivienne Westwood, I think anarchy, I think tartan. When I think of Stella McCartney, I think of femininity and great cut suits. And when I think of Alexander McQueen, well, I just think genius, bonkers, amazing cut. And now I've got to get Auntie and Ruth thinking like this and creating a signature for their collection.
When I first saw Ruth's feminine, quirky English clothes, they brought to mind one of Britain's most established designers, Betty Jackson. Betty launched her first collection 26 years ago from a grimy West London car park. She's been at the top of her game ever since. And in 1999, her beautiful, quintessentially English clothes won her the Best Contemporary Designer Award. Today, her designs are sold worldwide, as well as in her flagship store in South Kensington. By bringing Ruth and Anthony here, I hope they'll begin to see more clearly where they could be heading.
So here's Betty's shop. And apart from the feeling of the shop, what I really want you to do, both of you, but you particularly, Ruth, is to look through the collection and see whether you get a sort of handwriting and a distinct kind of feel for her label. And all the time be thinking about yours.
It's just elegant. And I just love the mixture of really beautiful, soft, like that. It's gorgeous and feminine. That's probably why I like it. All her fabrics feel fantastic. And that, you just know that's going to look really good on your cleavage.
But the other thing that I love about Betty's clothes is that something like that was just as a fantastic great pant that I know someone of 20 could wear. And someone of 45 could wear quite easily.
She's quite ageless.
Yeah,
so,
perfect.
Yeah.
When I look at Betty's collection, what I think is most important is that I would be able to pick something from that end of the rail and mix it with something from that end of the rail, and that you can mix, 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 and there is a consistent handwriting right across this of a very confident together collection. Now, that's where I think you can take your business as well. The flowery frocks and tailored shirts aren't miles away from Ruth's designs, but the price tags are. Betty's commanding £189, which for a designer is reasonable.
Yeah,
What price do you think you can command at the moment in that business?
59.
59.
Top.
Okay.
Which is one of the big problems which we've got to talk about. That.
When you look at premium high street, yours is designed, yours is handmade. You should be in that area.
We should be, but we're not.
Yeah.
As a surprise for Ruth and Anthony, I've arranged for them to meet with the lady herself. Betty, can I introduce you to Ruth and Anthony?
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Now, I brought them here today, Betty, because obviously I've been a fan of yours. She's just brilliant. But more importantly, what I want you to do is to talk, particularly with Ruth, because she is a designer who sometimes forgets she's a designer.
Well, it's quite hard. So nobody said it was easy, did they?
Yeah.
So, and you go through moments, you know, where you're full of self-doubt. That's the thing.
I suppose the most important thing is how you find inspiration and keep being inspired.
I started off wanting to put art on fabric. We did huge prints, and the whole point was that the print was so massive that by the time you'd cut the garment in it, no two garments were the same. So it meant that you were giving somebody something incredibly special.
Betty creates standout pieces to add talkability to her main collection. I think that the important thing with Ruth is that, you know, she has to get a profile, and she hasn't got a collection to do the shows. So we've got to look at other ways that she's going to get a profile for that business, for herself.
So you have to look at Ruth's strengths, really, you know. And I mean, there's lots of designers, even if you think about London Fashion Week, there's some people who are extrovert, who love, you know, the whole kit and caboodle, and some people who are completely shy, and you have to decide what you want to do. But the most important thing is you also have to give out a little bit so that you get some return, I think.
Yeah. Self-belief combined with a kind of bigger picture.
You've got to come out from behind that curtain. You just have to, because actually, you know, there's no way forward if you don't.
Yeah.
That's quite simple.
Otherwise, your clothes they don't have a focus. You're a designer and you must never forget.
Yeah.
You know, there's a joy factor in there. That's also what you have to do. And if the joy is gone, it's quite difficult to pass it on to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? The enthusiasm.
Because I've kind of stopped having fun, maybe, and I need to inject that back in.
Clothes should work for you,
but
they should also lift your spirits. You know, nothing like going and buying a new frock and feeling fabulous, is there? I mean, it's, you know, it's great. It's like having your hair done.
In Islington, it's back to reality. Comfort and Joy's problems aren't just to do with Ruth's lack of presence as a designer. Anthony's been largely responsible for the shop's confusing decor and layout. I need to give this place a new image. First of all, the most important thing we have to take into consideration is that you aren't at the best part of the street. But if you stand back with me, just stand back, to me, the shop doesn't stand out as a little beacon of fashion. So the most important thing I have to do is, I believe, change the colour of the shop. So it becomes like a little jewel, a little destination. The people who are coming down here stop and they go, I didn't expect a fashion shop here. Oh, my God, I want to go in there. That's fabulous.
That's good.
That's good?
I love colour.
You love colour. It's what colour we decide on that's going to be the important thing. But do you agree with me, Anthony, that we need to give it...
Absolutely.
The next thing I'm going to do is actually look at these windows. I'm going to chuck out the flowers in the window. They're going right out. And that hideous, legless mannequin in the corner that looks like she's had too many gin and tonics. And really focus the fashion stories on there.
But Comfort and Joy's biggest problems lie inside. It's just not set up to entice the customer in.
First of all, my most important visual point is a curtain pulled over with two mirrors either side, OK? And the other thing is this. right? Now,
Yeah.
I want to walk and I want to browse. It doesn't allow you to breathe, it doesn't allow you to explore. It's a big unit in the middle.
It's a barrier, not a... yeah.
It's a barrier, and not only that, you've lined up all those lovely bags on the top for me, just in case that barrier's not quite high enough, OK?
Frankly, I've seen clothes better presented on the rails in Oxfam. And the rest of the displays are just as bad.
Here we come to the Michael Jackson mannequin, with all brown with a white hand. Is it a reverse Michael Jackson? I can't remember. And the hand stuck on with blue tack. That is just hysterical.
Yeah, you can't shift it, though, can you?
Shift that up, man.
Hang on. Isn't this just a little bit too far? I think she's really over-egging it.
No, I'm not over-egging anything.
Make the point, but I mean, it's like, it's a cheap shot.
I have to tell you that I do this in business. I present and I always have a joke, because that's my style of business.
Finally, I want to knock down part of the back wall and bring Comfort and Joy's strongest assets into the limelight, Ruth and her designs.
This is, to me, one of the most interesting parts of the shop. So I'm going to take either side back, OK? And then I'm going to create some fabulous little displays on the top level, but actually let them see the workings of you as a designer. I think that's really, really important. If you feel it's too much sometimes, then I'm going to create a fabulous curtain, and it won't be done in this sort of eau de Nil with cream on it. That is a big statement. It is about craft and design and originality, and we need to get that across to the consumer, and you're lucky that that is what your business is based on.
But Anthony's got his reservations.
Why was that look?
Still not absolutely convinced about this. That's what that was.
Well, you need to think about it, don't you?
No, we haven't got very long to think about it.
We need to give space. We will just do it in a little more kooky, clever way. I'm not going to give you any less product out here. I'm just going to make it much more focused and much more attainable.
I don't think we can just kind of carte blanche say, yeah, kind of get on with it. I think she's given us a proposal, and I think we really need to sort out the fine details of what she's proposed now.
I'm a highly motivated person, I have energy, and I walked out of there and felt, oh my God, is there a future? It was so depressing. Everything I put forward was that's twee, can't see how that's going to work. But even more than that, I just can't get his energy up.
I know we'll have some difficulty, because we always do, on agreeing with things. But hopefully we will come to the compromise.
We've got 6 weeks to turn this business round, and I need to convince Anthony that making simple changes to the way he and Ruth display their clothes really can give this shop an irresistible personality. I'm taking them to one of my favourite shops in the world, Liberty. It's a unique department store founded 132 years ago during the aesthetic revolution of the arts and crafts movement. And its one-off pieces, quirky displays and fabulous ambience make it a favourite hunting ground for our tribe of individualists.
I just want to show you how, when someone just uses colour, something like this piece here, it's so accessible, but it feels so vibrant and precious. I was just thinking we could probably get something painted this vivid colour, and it just has that dip-in quality that I just love. You know, how can you resist it? It's not about shop fit, it's about what we do with it. You know, it's just about all those little touches. You know, is it a light like this that we hang in it? I mean, how mad is that, taking the chandelier and flocking it?
I'm just hoping that Ruth's going to be more excited by Liberty's fashion floor.
It's not even so much that, you know, looking at all the merchandise, it's more looking maybe the fabrics, some of the cuts, and really starting to get kind of inspiration that goes outside the confines of Islington High Street. How great is that?
And this one's good as
Oh,
well. Look at that. That's glowing. I think you just got to have the confidence.
It's all about
I've
confidence.
lacked the confidence.
Oh, we're going to get that back. You must just, even if it's flicking through some magazines or going down and looking at other stalls maybe in Camden Market, that's coming out to these shops, you've got to make the time.
I used to do it all the time, and it's just the thing I've lost, and I need to get it back. If I'm not at work, I'm with the kids. I need to make time, I need to negotiate time.
Yeah.
So...
And you can negotiate with Anthony, though, couldn't you? I mean, he is their
try.
father. You could negotiate and say, like, I really need this for the business. If you two can park all the personal stuff and actually work together, because if you're successful, he's going to be successful, you know?
Yes, and I think the two of us should feed off each other. Like,
Yeah.
you know, people are drawn to the fact that I'm making things there, but they're mostly buying his stuff. So, you know, we both benefit from...
But Ruth, they're buying a lot of his stuff because you haven't got enough for a start,
I
and you're not doing enough that's different at the moment, so we really need to change that.
As ever, Ruth's being open and frank, but Comfort and Joy is run by 2 people, and I'm only getting half the story. The next day, I set off for the shop in a last-ditch attempt to crack Anthony.
I just wanted to kind of go back a bit and find out more about when you guys actually worked together on the one collection. How did it used to work?
What I did was source the fabrics initially. Ruth's ability lay in actually translating that into a saleable garment. She'll use any fabric and she'll make something fantastic out of it.
What seems to be coming out is that she is not getting out and feeling inspired. Even if I look at the collection now, I'm looking at very much the same things. You know, I'm seeing 3 of those in navy. I'm seeing them again in a lime green. I'm seeing them again now in purple and blue. The truth of the matter is that we've got 2 separate businesses here together, and it's been working as 2 separate businesses, and it happens to be under one roof. Yeah. I honestly believe, Anthony, unless we pull it back together, I can't see how this is going to move forward. And I want to take you out today, and I want you to just choose some fabrics that you think are going to be fantastic for her next collection. Because you're not the easiest, Anthony. But look, 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 look! A smile! A smile! Get him on camera!
As a designer, material is one of Ruth's biggest costs. High street fashion giants keep the prices down by bulk buying swathes of fabric. And Ruth can only remain competitive if she can source great local fabrics at the right price.
And that one there.
I'm really curious to see if Anthony can come up with the goods.
I feel like a kid in a sweetie shop, right? All these colours. And you've gone and picked a bit of brown and pinstripe.
I have not picked a piece of brown and pinstripe.
Well, we'll have a look. But look at this, Sam.
There are also some other things I want to show you.
Yeah, we need a bit of sex appeal in the shop, I reckon.
So just be patient. Ruth could make something fabulous out of this.
I love that.
I think that'd be right up her street. I think colour-wise...
God, that is gorgeous.
I think texturally, I think that was the sort of thing that would really kind of make her imagination start to kind of
and even that
tick over again.
Skilled fabric buyers have this ability to see past the obvious and recognise the full potential of each and every piece of material. And it looks like Anthony's got the knack.
The nice thing about this is it's got 2 sides to it. It's got the right side, which would be conventionally used, but you could also use it on the wrong side and do a little contrast, you know. So
beautiful.
There's 2 shades and 2 tones and 2 textures going on. It's not an old staid piece of suiting, it's actually something else, isn't it, when you start to put these just as a visual thing.
And this is actually seeing him energised. I'm loving this because he's taking the lead and he's making some great decisions, talking sense, talking in the right way about design, getting a passion for it. Now, if we can get that into Ruth and the 2 of them working together, we just might have something fabulous.
I just hope Anthony's choice of fabric really will succeed in coaxing Ruth out of her creative lull.
I have been shopping with Anthony.
All right.
Do you like it?
Yes, no, that's nice. I like it. I like it.
And then he's done this mix, which I thought was quite interesting.
Yeah, I think he's tried hard to think what I would like.
He actually felt that he was able to, you know, understand you and your design, and that was what historically he felt was quite an important part of the success of the business before.
He is good at it. He's much more tenacious than me. I've always dreamed that we could actually work together. I think it's fantastic that you've actually seen that what we desperately need is to come together and complement each other.
One of the really great things is that he believes in you as a designer. He believes in you as a designer. He does.
Yeah, that's amazing, that.
But I did say to him, would you let Ruth have 2 days over a month where she just went and got inspired? And he did agree to that.
How many days?
2 days a month.
Well, that's a start, isn't it? Yeah.
Ruth's got to stick her little toe outside that curtain and get herself noticed. I mean, I know at the end of the day she's only got one boutique, but in the cutthroat world of fashion, publicity is absolutely vital. It's no good being a little shrinking violet out the back there. The only person who's going to get herself talked about is Ruth.
To kickstart her very own publicity campaign, I've wangled Ruth a coveted slot with Melanie Rickey, fashion news and features editor of Grazia magazine.
OK, so you're going to go in, talk her through your collection, but also find out what she's doing going forward, what other shoots she's doing, what other stories, because they might not use what you've got today, but you want to make sure that you keep that doorway open, that communication going for future.
Thank you.
Grazia has a weekly circulation of over 200,000 and is hugely popular with Ruth and Anthony's target tribe, the individualists.
Hello, Melanie.
Yes.
Hi there, I'm Ruth Llewellyn.
Oh, hello.
We spoke earlier.
Oh, yes, hi. Hi. Come on through. We have a meeting room just at the back there. Follow me.
I've never approached press before.
Oh, really?
Yes, I know, it's a terrible confession. I literally sit in the back of my shop, make clothes and sell them out the front.
OK. Basically, we come out every week and we have huge fashion content in the magazine. The bit that I believe you called about was a page that I look after called Most Wanted, because we focus on small boutiques and we highlight things from them because we think that the big boutiques they monopolise the fashion pages and we want to give opportunity to the smaller guy.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask what your age group is then?
We don't have an age group. It's an attitude.
Right, OK.
So,
Right, so it's not about that, it's
we don't
about the
have
attitude.
that thing, and we call ourselves no brow, which means we're not high, we're not low, we are no. If we think it's good, it's good. My first reaction would be, I can get this on the high street at much less.
Yeah. Maybe not quite as much of a twist, though.
Yeah. Your trademark's obviously this little gathering thing.
It is this season. Have you seen enough now, or...?
Well, no, keep it coming.
Keep going, keep going.
It's not, you've lucked out getting a slot, so you might as well make the most of it.
OK, keep going. I've never done this before, so...
No, it's OK.
I feel like I'm on a market store.
Sweet.
Yes, yeah. Especially, that's one of our best sellers, this shape.
This is something I would consider featuring in Grazia, definitely. If it was short, we're all wearing short. We've just been to the runway shows. Short is back in fashion, and suddenly it feels wrong to wear anything below the knee. I'd like to bring my assistant Lucy in. OK, is that all right? I'll be back in a second.
I'm finding this excruciating. Really excruciating.
Nice to meet you. Hello. OK, I'll just talk you through. I think these things could be quite good for your page.
I love the colour, definitely.
Now, hang on. This is a bum hugger.
Oh, OK.
See, that's the back.
the back.
Yeah, so you could see it working on a woman in her late 30s, 40s, because you'd be able to accentuate the bum. You know, Wonder Bra have just brought out a pair of pants that have padding in the bum, because this whole thing this season about bums being... Even Victoria Beckham's apparently got a real...
Getting it put back.
Yes, indeed. Now...
This is lovely.
This is nice, isn't it?
It's got great living detail. It's got all the trends there, but, you know... It needs to be short.
That would be short for Lucy.
Short.
Can you rework this for us? Keep that one as part of your core collection.
Yes, because I might actually flog more of these.
Catwalk.
Yeah.
Because that's what runway shows are all about. When you see a runway show, it's the catwalk looks that you see, and then you go to the shop and they've got it long. Yeah. So you've just got to be a bit like that. Yeah. Make that sexy for us. And we'll put it on our page and let's see what happens. It's lovely to meet you.
And you, Mel.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Bye, Lucy.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, Ruth. How did that go?
They want me to come back to them with a kind of a young girl's version of this.
So shorter?
Shorter. It's exactly the same, but shorter.
Yeah.
So,
but well done. You know, you've done OK. And this is really important that you know these people.
The fashion industry is all about image. And if Ruth and Anthony are going to start getting a name for themselves, it needs to be the right one.
comfort Comfort and Joy? Something to do with mattresses? Makes me think of babies.
Interiors, maybe?
Maybe like toiletry kind of things.
Furniture?
Baby stuff. Candles or sex toys.
It's no wonder Ruth and Anthony aren't getting any customers. The name is giving off all wrong messages. And with just 10 days to go before we relaunch, I need to get them to agree to change it. This week we've been doing some interviews with people and asking them about your shop, particularly about the name Comfort and Joy. 80% of them didn't think for 1 minute it sold clothes. And 18% thought it was a sex shop, Anthony, you see. So I think that links in very nicely with the original thought. So how do you feel about me saying no more Comfort and Joy?
I don't have a problem about changing it, but I do feel it was Anthony's thing, and I liked it when he chose it.
I'm quite prepared to think about a change because maybe it's outrun its usefulness.
We're dealing with one boutique here, and we can look at this as a complete new launch, so I think it's something terribly exciting.
You like potato, and I like potato. You like tomato, I like tomato. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Let's call the whole thing off.
It can't be easy working with your ex. And Ruth and Anthony are like chalk and cheese. But twin daughters Adele and Eve are testimony that they are capable of a successful collaboration. I've suggested the whole family have a brainstorm to help agree on a new name for the shop.
Angel made, Angel in Islington, feminine, chosen, hide and seek, it's okay we do refunds, seen and found, shout out.
Seen and found. I quite like that finding thing.
I like Angel Share.
Which are the ones that say both of us evenly?
I think made and found's good.
Made and found is good.
I made that one up.
I hear you had a brainstorm with the girls the other night over supper and some names came out. Just your thoughts on those?
Angel Share and Made and Found got the most votes.
I put handmade in front of it because I think it is handmade, and handmade is very, very beautiful, it's very emotive, and it's what you do.
I really like the found bit. Because it's not only is it found by Anthony, but it's found by the customer too, so...
It has to be the way you merchandise the shop. Did you find anything you like there?
Boom, boom.
Exactly, Anthony.
But it will take more than just a new name to transform Comfort and Joy's uninspiring drab image. The shop window is a boutique's biggest advertisement. It should be a visual feast that stops passers-by dead in their tracks and lures them in.
I cut my teeth designing windows for Harvey Nichols, and I was in great company because Andy Warhol used to do that in New York, as did Salvador Dali, except he decided to put a mannequin in a bloodbath, and they got so many complaints at the shop that he had to take it out. But you can bet your bottom dollar that shop was talked about and noticed.
There are some fantastic shop windows in London, and Harvey Nichols department store has some of the very best. I've arranged for one of their world-famous windows to be set aside as a training ground so Anthony and Ruth can learn how to do justice to their collections.
I want you to be inspired here today so that you can create your own windows. Most importantly, I want you to work on creating a three-dimensional visual statement for Handmade and Found. So that really will mean working together with a mix of your merchandise, dressing those mannequins, and then propping it. And I want you to go in and explore and have fun and create a fabulous window in the heart of Knightsbridge.
It will be done.
It will be done, you know? I'm terrified.
Ruth and Anthony have got 2 days to get their act together.
I'm concentrating on producing something with Anthony's fabrics that he bought for me yesterday, and he's concentrating on the idea for the kind of display of the window and the look of the window.
While Anthony finds the props, they're having their backdrop painted firecracker red.
Shoes off. Window dressers first tip is kick your shoes off and make sure you haven't got any holes in your socks. Nice colour.
That's Anthony's choice.
This is what I would call an average size window. Think of the grouping that you're doing when your mannequins come and just focus your product, making sure that the actual product is the main statement in the window.
Right.
Again, remembering window is all about how am I going to make that customer stop.
Oh, hell, no pressure then.
Any questions?
So far, so good. All is clear.
Just enjoy it, because this really, really is the fun bit of the job. And this is the ability for you to be playful. Playful with your product, but also playful with the feel and the reputation of your brand. So enjoy. Hi.
Hi.
You're going to like this one. Hands between the legs.
How I carry all my women.
Oh! Easy, tiger.
This is the correct way to do it, all right? So don't start giving me funny looks. I've been briefed.
Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I tell you, brother.
Although forced to work together as a team, it looks like old habits die hard.
You have to undo it underneath. You have to undo it underneath. No, underneath.
And do you want to stick with one with your outfit on, Anthony, and one with mine?
Yeah.
Not mix them up. Fine.
Like a horse and carriage, this I tell you, brother. You can't have one without the other.
Well done. That's not bad at all, is it? Are you happy with that?
Damning with faint praise, as usual.
You never look at me from the place I see you. Attention to detail after doing a window, you two.
Finger smudges?
No, just clean the floor.
Oh, I
See,
did
it's
sweep
all
it,
about
yes.
detail.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed this, didn't you?
Yes, it was good.
Yeah. I love what you've done with the shirt.
I really wanted to get an outfit from the fabrics that Anthony bought. So I slogged at that, and then when it came to thinking of the window, I ran out of steam, so I left it to Anthony.
Well, that is great, that outfit. Well, I think Harvey Nichols would let this window stay in, you know? It doesn't look out of place, and that is a great thing. And that's not faint praise.
Working with Ruth actually seems to have brought out Anthony's strengths.
I just think this is where he feels most at home, where he's had to think creatively, where he's had to think about textures, colour, propping, and how to pull the whole thing together. It's really been amazing watching him actually come to life.
Me and Anthony have been forced to collaborate together a lot more than we have been doing of late, and I think it's had some really good moments. We really badly need to communicate more, and it's really shown both of us that we need to do that. Just to share ideas and thoughts, and as long as they're not confrontational, I think that's, you know, really productive.
Renovations of the shop have begun. Anthony's agreed to the removal of the massive central unit that divided the two collections. And they've both given the go-ahead for my team of builders to pull down that back wall to bring Ruth and her designs out into the limelight.
Whoa! Oh.
Wow!
This feels like a different space, doesn't it?
Oh, Christ, what a difference!
I know. Look, no more hiding out here, Ruth.
Oh! I've already had ideas about here, like maybe the cutting table will go over that side and all the machines can go this side, so that maybe the space can be used better.
No, it's going to be brilliant. I love that colour. It's got a real kind of sensuousness to it, but a real kind of confidence as well.
It's lovely colour. I love the colour.
Anthony, how do you feel? Is it all a bit...
I need a few moments to take it all in. Yes, obviously it's a big change, but it's, yeah, so far so good.
With just a few days before the launch, there's tons to do.
I think it's important that we try and get some of the key press in. It's important we get some customers...
That'd be your job, wouldn't it, really?
No, 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 that is your job, Ruth. None of these are my jobs. I'm just going to be this guardian. I'm just going to be going this way and that way.
With 5 days to go, I've invited Ruth and Anthony to my office. While he works with my team on the logo, I want her to knuckle down and work on publicity for the new shop.
I'm going to get you to ring the members of the fashion press, and let me tell you, they're not going to be that easy. They're busy, and you're going to have to be quite confident.
That is like asking me to jump off a tall building. It just happens to be, it is really one of my biggest horrors.
Well, great, because if it's your biggest and we can do that, then the rest is going to be a piece of cake, my darling.
Yes, I'll be hang gliding next week, yes.
Dana, welcome to the publicity department. Take a seat and enjoy. Right, first we've got You Magazine, London Light, Time Out, and The Standard, OK?
Yeah.
Right, there's no good choosing the Wheel Tappers and Shunters Gazette or whatever it's damn well called. So think about what your customer reads. Don't get nervous. You're not going to sell in anything that you haven't got. You're not selling anything that you don't really stand for. You're really telling them the truth about what you do.
So I say we've traded as Comfort and Joy for many years. No? Yeah, I know, that's what I thought.
No.
Right, we're relaunching
Comfort and Joy.
Yes.
OK?
OK.
OK. Off you go, Ruth. Have fun.
It may seem tough, but Ruth's got to learn to promote herself because nobody else is going to do it for her.
Hello, is that Maggie Davis? Hi there. My name's Ruth Llewellyn, and I've got a new shop I'm relaunching in Islington. I thought you might be interested in featuring. It's called Handmade and Found. It's undergoing the refit, so but I can show you the range before then, if you like, and talk about what's happening, because... Thanks very much, Maggie. OK, bye-bye.
Try and keep going. You're doing brilliantly well. Just remember, if they say, oh, you know, email me or whatever, thank you, and I'd love to invite you, but you're doing well. Keep going. Brilliant. Well done.
My name's Ruth Llewellyn, and I'm calling you about my shop that I'm relaunching in Islington. We've been there a while, but as I say, we're having a relaunch, and I'd like to invite you to the relaunch as well. It's fashiony, it's very small ranges, it's feminine, quirky. See you later. Bye.
Say fantastic. Say well done to yourself.
Well done, Ruth. I did
well
it.
Done.
God, can I stop doing the
No,
others now?
stop it. Get on with it. Come on.
Right, next one.
OK, keep going.
OK,
Keep
I just want this over with. Right.
With just 2 days before the relaunch, Ruth and Anthony have got their work cut out for them. Ruth's hard at it, making a vibrant new collection. The kids are helping to create bespoke bags for the unique clothes they'll be carrying.
Oh, fabulous! That is really beautiful. Whoever gets that one is going to be really pleased.
And new labels have arrived that will give Ruth and Anthony's collections their own identity under a united image. Handmade for Ruth and found for Anthony's. Just 6 weeks after I first came here, the builders have finished and the launch day has arrived.
That looks so much better. What a lovely, lovely, bright little jewel we have here. That actually looks like a fashion shop that I want to go in. It looks great. Fantastic. Hey, we have a boutique. It looks great. How do you feel about it?
It's still plenty to do, isn't
yeah,
there?
No. There's always plenty to do, but
I mean, the bones are there.
I stand here and I feel, it feels like a boutique with confidence. You know, it really, really does, and it feels like it has just lots of lovely things that I just want to grab hold of. And what about the bags? I see the bags up here. Sorry.
Ah, yes. These are the kids' ones going berserk a bit, so...
But I'd be so happy coming out of somewhere with a little carrier bag like that. Yes, I blooming well would. I think that's totally special.
Anthony's found a beautiful antique display cabinet that will double up as a cash desk. And he's been off on a buying trip to bolster his newfound collection.
That It's so cute. I just think that is absolutely this season piece. Fantastic. I want this out.
Ruth's been truly inspired. She's run off a dozen new lines to give her handmade collection the true signature it needed.
Is this you, Ruth?
Yeah.
That's lovely, you know, and it should be fantastic. Really focal point, and with the colours that we've used in the shop, we need to pull these out. Because we have...
But there's still one thing they haven't done. Mix the collections together.
I'm just going to look at the range as if it was a complete mix of ranges, not that's Anthony's and that's Ruth's, and we're going to put them together accordingly. Okay. And we might start to break these up. Yes.
Mixing them in, yeah.
And then probably one of those skirts in there as well.
See, I like that better already, yes.
So we're going for special dresses there. Price points that are over £100, over into that corner, and this is much more your day wear.
The more I see you, the more I want you.
With all these great clothes, we've got to make sure we're going to entice customers in to buy them.
Ruth, come and tell me what you're doing with windows. Cost-effective, simple and fabulous.
And using what we've got.
Anthony, come on, because you were fab at windows.
Yeah. I knew this nickel elastic would come in useful one day.
Anthony's come up with a quirky backdrop for the stars of this show, the clothes.
It's a launch, it's a celebration, so no fleeces. Although I do like your fleeces, not in, all right? We want pieces that are going to stop people and think, God, there's a new boutique. Fantastic, I want to go in.
Handmade and Found is ready for its public, and to celebrate its relaunch, its owners have scrubbed up rather nicely too.
How does it feel?
Slightly apprehensive until the first people start to arrive.
You must feel confident being in here now.
Yeah, just the whole layout of the place, and I love the wall knocked through. It's fantastic. It makes it like a bigger space and a more interesting space.
Your collections are terrific, and your collections are terrific, and they actually work well together, so just make the most of it. This is a great, great shop that people will want to come into, and you've got to get them in here. It's not just about them finding you. And enjoy tonight. Hey, and Ruth, we're going to get you to make a speech, OK? Not really.
Teresa! You look nice too.
You're right. Yeah.
Oh, drinks. Yeah.
As well as the press and Ruth and Anthony's faithful few customers, we've invited 60 local women from our tribe of individualists to tonight's relaunch. Handmade and Found's future success will depend largely on whether its new image is a hit with them.
When you go into a boutique, you want to have a special buying experience, and you didn't really get that before.
Well, it's different in colours. I like this bit open. It's quite funky. It's like it's very easy to look around and find what you want. There's more space. There used to be a big sort of middle part, and they've taken it away, so it's much easier.
It looks cool.
So much boutique shopping is about the customer wanting to know what that designer or that owner has cherry-picked for them. I mean, I look at this and I think, yeah, that looks like a shop with confidence, a shop that has a point of view, and it feels fabulous. But it's about keeping that confidence. It's about continually promoting this business, and it's about peppering it with great, great pieces that are unique to Handmade and Found.
I feel great about it. I think we've been set a challenge, obviously, in terms of how we maintain it, how we keep it up.
Can't say it's been easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it, and I'm really pleased with the way the shop looks. And I have actually enjoyed myself a lot, although it's been bloody hard work.
We picked up lots of positive things, and we've got to run with it. You know, the ball's been passed us, and we've got to run with it.
It's amazing.
Thank you very much.
It's just 4 months after Handmade and Found's relaunch, and I'm back in Islington to see if Anthony and Ruth have continued to nurture their smart, unique little boutique and turned it into a successful business.
Oh, they look great. Now, I would stop and look at these windows. I love them. I can see the little globes hanging at the back of the camp feather dusters. How brilliant. And you know what's interesting? I'm looking at this and I'm actually not sure which is Anthony's collection and which is Ruth's. It looks like one brand. Hello, you two.
Hello.
I think I've seen a bit of your creative talent in those windows, Mr. Anthony, am I right?
Step forward.
It was him, wasn't it?
It was.
They're brilliant.
Yeah, well, I've got a whole load of things.
He's on a roll with it.
Yeah, going on now.
Yeah.
You've just created fun pieces, statement pieces that stop people in their tracks.
Kind of puts an idea in their head if they didn't already have one.
And that idea carries right on into the shop. Ruth and Anthony are still combining both their collections, and Ruth's handmade designs have gone from strength to strength.
I was trying to do a statement piece for the...
Love it.
And this, you know, is really Larry. I mean, what a colour that pink is. But I'll probably sell more of these, which is exactly the same.
Reminds me of Abigail's party. Ever and ever you'll be the one. It's fantastic, though. I love that. You're going to get people in Islington wearing that. It's cute.
Yeah. This skirt, which I'm wearing, is like a bestseller. And I'm trying to get a really good shape, a good fitting shape that I can do in loads of different fabrics.
And that your customer comes to you for.
Yes.
Slightly change each season. It might be a colour, might be the fabrication, but she knows that she's going to get that great fitting skirt from Ruth.
Yeah.
Knocking down the back wall really has brought Ruth's profile as a designer out into the open.
That's gorgeous. You're just making this?
Well, that's somebody's wedding dress, actually.
Are you making a wedding dress for someone?
No, she bought it off the rails. So I've done quite a few orders, for special orders, but I'm quite selective who I do them for.
Is she charging you enough, Anthony?
No.
No. No.
Definitely not.
We've got to make dosh here, Ruth.
Yes.
That is so adorable. And when you're out here and people are coming in, are they seeing you and you're saying hi and you know, interacting?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, it's loads better.
Because this is open up now to when people come out of the changing rooms, they can ask
We
opinions and.
Yeah, and Anthony is in here. He decorates the bags a lot. He's thinking of the windows.
And that's great, because I didn't even think about that. That's so fantastic. What's happened is this flow between the two, as opposed to Anthony out the front and Ruth up the back, and it actually becomes a great living space, a boutique, and a place where you are designing, because you are a designer and not a seamstress. And I hope that that has changed up there.
It has. It really has. I'm quite excited about what I'm going to do next as well. I feel definitely on the cusp of finally getting to where I want to be with it, and feeling really the proudest I've felt in a long time of the stuff I'm doing as well.
Hey, that's brilliant! I'm really to be proud of it. Is this yours?
Yeah, it's one of them.
How cute is that?
More customers are coming into the shop, and Ruth's dress has made it into the pages of Grazia. By recognising and pooling their individual strengths, Ruth and Anthony have succeeded in creating a rare and exciting boutique that will surely hold its own in a high street full of fierce competition.
There's fun in this shop. Good luck with it, Anthony.
Thank you.
When you see the colour of my money, you know you've made it. Bye-bye, darling. Good luck, Ruth. Bye-bye. Keep positive. Keep loving it. That's what's important.